What's going on, everybody? I'm back. My apologies on stuff. My apologies, guys. I'm sure Miss Mud will be back soon enough. If anything, again, I apologize for having to end the stream so abruptly, like I did. I had to take care of some stuff, and you know how life can be at times. So yeah. But anyways, so I had an idea for working on the rest of the lights right quick, and which actually doesn't sound like a bad idea, as a matter of fact. I got a little bit of time to do it, and then I will basically do do it for a little bit of time. Before I do that, uh, I want to get this to a certain spot. Find out what we're looking at right quick. So yeah, and yeah, let's see. So most of these is level 20, 21, 25, 21, 16, which I am. I got Scarab's Lies, 16 and 18. Liquid the Bro work for both places.
I heard another merchant failed to pay Sefetu.
What happened?
The firebrand had his soldiers burn the man's ship in order.
Please, Medjay, if I can trouble you, Harkuf's assistant, Nesamun, took a delivery of beer down the southern road. He never made it to Yamu. Please, can you find him and make sure he's okay?
I'm on the case.
That beer was meant to honor Sekhmet. If he drank all that beer, he'll be whipped.
Aher Haru?
Oh. Broken beer jars. Someone could not wait to get into the beer. These jackals will continue to prey on the good people of this region. I must deal with them.
Not yet.
Hey now!
Won't catch me now.
Hey, wait!
Wait a second.
Princess!
What
Stop
made you
that
give up
man!
on life?
You are out of options.
Time is up!
Ha!
Stop, damn you! You cannot escape! There you are!
Alright, guys, bear with me for a second. I gotta switch the camera angle. I gotta fix something because I'm starting to see my junk come apart. You guys are gonna have to watch this happen. Oh, I need stronger tape. No. No, 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 no. Yep, I need stronger tape. Just now realizing my lights are trying to come back on. So yeah. So bear with me for a sec. I'm gonna go to just chatting scene. And as you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see that, my lights are trying to fall off. So, you guys are gonna watch me do this for a little bit. Yeah. Give my mess a little bit. Anybody who sees this, I'm still working on my organization thing. And yeah. enjoying the view. Looks to be like I got one viewer in here. I don't know if that's Miss Mudd or not. I presume so. But yeah, I gotta get the ladder because I got a big hoop right there that I'm not too happy with. I gotta fix that. So yeah, bear with me. Yep. So I'm gonna move this chair, and you guys will have to just look at it from this angle. This big old hoop. That's what I'm talking about. That. Ah. There we go. That hoop I got to fix. Otherwise, we're gonna have issues. And not some nice issues either. Have to get that fixed. So bear with me. For whoever is here. And I mean for whoever is here. Maybe in the meantime, for consideration and cooperation, it is really, really appreciated. Witnessing Topcat on some technical adjusting work. So yeah. Yep. Alright. Oh. My work never stops. Not that I really want it to stop at times. As I, for the most part, pretty much, when I'm doing this kind of work, I actually enjoy doing what I do. So I can't really say much of like, oh man, I can't believe I'm doing this, or I can't believe I'm doing that, or anything of that nature. And yeah, so I actually enjoy doing what I do, which would be really tech work. Enjoy this kind of stuff. You gotta make sacrifices and everything. It's part of life, getting to where you want to be at. And speaking, sacrifices is not always something that we may not always want to do, but it's required to get to where we want to be at. We have to make sacrifices. is what we're doing right now. Just with some lights, I really want to see how they turn out, to be honest. So, not too upset about this. I'm on stream, putting in work, and have some more additions and adjustments that I'm going to be making for stream related material, which has to be in a couple of weeks, Lord willing. Be more or less a Christmas present to everybody from Topcat, which is going to be very beneficial to the stream for everybody. So I just want to make that known to everybody. Everybody. It's going to be a ride. I'm, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm hoping everybody else that is here or who jumps in will look forward to it as well. So, yeah. Take the side up a little bit and stuff until I'm ready to adjust it later. And, so forth. Two. So, I say the view from up here is incredible in a sense. But yeah. Two. Four. Equipment that runs the stream and everything else, that would have been a horrendous fall. What? Miss Mud, is that you? Yes, you, isn't it? Miss Mud? Is that you? Is that you, Miss Mud? That's gotta be. You caught me in the air. Oh boy. You're very much welcome. Wait, what? Hold up. You're very much welcome. Very much welcome for what? Thank you, regardless. I mean, yeah. You just get here or something. Keeping you on your toes. I feel low. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Keep me on my toes, alright. Yeah. That's such a struggle. Oh, you don't say. By all means, keep me on my toes, eh? Okie dokie, whatever you say. So, I want to run something by you right quick, Miss Mud, and for anybody that matter. So, you obviously know there's going to be additional additions to the stream. You obviously know that. And I'm also thinking of doing some upgrades on the PC here pretty soon. Be more or less like a belated Christmas gift for everybody. Because, things that I'm wanting to run on the PC, but I'm not able to because the graphics card that the PC runs with right now is not necessarily up to par with where it needs to be. Why I cannot run extra special features like I would like to. So I have to pretty much space things out a bit. I'm more or less of like the other security blanket for the family. Besides my brother, myself. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm pretty sure it does though. But yeah. Yeah, there's some additions going to be coming pretty soon. I feel. Gotta admit, I'm a little optimistically excited about it, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, so that part's done. Now, shift to the other side. Yeah, I know. You know, eh? Well, you know me. I like to, you know, recap what I've been talking about. Upgrades on PC. Uh, Pretty soon, PS5. PS5. This is all for stream related material, that is. Because my PS4, as everybody obviously should know, PS4, unless if you go to the old retro game stores, PS4 games are becoming obsolete. And they only offer PlayStation 4 games, what's left, on PlayStation Store online, or the retro stores. Or shoot, GameStop for that matter, if I'm not mistaken, that is. Don't quote me on that because I could be a tad bit off of my information when it comes to that. So yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, yeah. I had to shift my bob because this way. That was gonna happen. No surprise. And like I say, okay, now I'm shifting, as you guys can tell, shifting. I have to at least reach about maybe midway there, and so right here, right about up here, where my finger's at, the other end of the line is going to swing all the way to that corner, all the way above my curtain to the other end, which is on that far end over there. Hopefully you guys can see that, but yeah. And remind everybody right quick that check out HelloFresh. Check out HelloFresh. And they have some great, great stuff there. You get 10 free meals plus free add-ons for life for however long you are with HelloFresh. Check them out. Um, can't lose anything by trying them out, that is. And, yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Now, here comes the other tricky part. I have to literally check this back a little bit. You guys obviously don't really see what I'm doing. Like that for a few moments. And yeah. So, you guys can hopefully see what's going on at the moment. I am about to climb. This time I'm not just climbing. I am attaching the rest of my LEDs. Right. I am right. This, and like y'all, is going up yonder. Man, I can't wait to see how this turns out. I'm a little excited already thinking about it. That's what I don't know if you're saying anything to me at the moment still. Bear with me. What? What? Me and my dad were impatient butt at times. That's not every day I get impatient about something, but when I'm excited to see how things go, that's when I want to jump the curb. But I gotta be patient. Come first, and then go from there. That is. Come on. Oh, come on. Blimey. Well, I've been watching a little bit of Harry Potter in my day. Crikey! Not to mention Steve Irwin for any of y'all Steve Irwin fanatics. May he rest in peace, by the way. Great crocodile hunter and a great father. Understandably, a great husband. Yeah. Crikey! Next. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, by the way. Watch me just hang the lights up. Like I say, these streams right now, until things are officially set in stone, these streams here lately are going to be a little bit of pretty much in between projects of catching me just doing random stuff, getting things the way that they need to be in this office. So, yeah. Just a huge, huge FYI. Because, yeah. Because like I say, I'm getting these lights to where they need to be at because once they go up, until I have other ideas later down the road, these lights are going to be the way that they're going to be. So, yeah. Like I say, guys, like when you leave it to me, and when it comes to like interior and exterior decorating and whatnot, you let me get a hold of something, you let my ideas roll a bit, I come up with some ideas. Especially some, I'll put some ideas of my own into place from from like inspirations and everything. Like, yeah, I love organizing and just getting things right. One thing I say about myself, I enjoy. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, just throw this out there to everybody. Keep pounding, baby, because, man, we need that win this weekend. I mean, we need that win. We need that win. So just want to throw that out there to everybody. Keep pounding, baby. We're at home for once. We need that win. So yeah. Oh yeah. I obviously have more than enough. So I'm not worried about that. At first I didn't think if I was going to have enough, but I'm like, shoot, I have more than enough. So that's really fun. I have to screw that corner in, put the other cord in up top, and I'm good to go. Be a job. Get things the way you want them to be sometimes. It takes some work. But in the manpower, get the way you want it to be, you get some results out of it. Alright. One more time. Where is my doggone kebab? Duh. Huh? Alright guys, what is happening at the moment is I am setting up, just to chill what's going on. I'm setting up this to the other end and then plugging it into the other extension cord outlet. Then we're going to turn these lights off, hit the power button, and we're going to see how illuminating the room will be. The office room, however you want to look at it. So yeah. So get ready for a light show. And I'm actually very proud because of that. I wasn't for sure if I was going to be able to have Christmas lights. But you know something? That's changing. Christmas lights, baby. See all my Christmas lights. And now, plug it in, plug it in. Any of y'all know that old school commercial? Golly, I better shut up. I am revealing my age. Plug it in, plug it in. That is old school up the yin yang. They don't play blue, blue, blue. Blue, blue, blue. Blue, blue, blue. I remember that color all too well. They're not called LEDs for nothing. Is that one? Merry Christmas! Yes. Ooh. 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 This mud, guys, I know y'all seeing this. Unplug the spotlight shit. There we go. Back around. Just like a train. Just like a train. Well, this is what hard work can get you. Here comes the LEDs. Man, that's wow. That is wild. Carolina blue. Blue, blue, blue. Miss Mo, what y'all think about this? Y'all likey likey? Ain't you something? I said, well, ain't you something? Carolina, baby, we gonna get them this weekend. We gonna get them. No. But if you're staring at it 24/7 and that's all you're looking at, then yeah. But, huh? Blue, blue, blue. Blue, blue, blue. Blue, blue, blue. Man, I cannot wait for you guys to see what is it. You guys think this is something. There's so much more that's going to be in store soon. I have to watch out for some of them because of my seizures, but it looks great. Oh, no, I got you, Miss Mud. No worries. No worries. Yeah, I know because of the patterns. I get you. That's right. Tell you what. There you go. You might not really be able to see it because of the illuminating glare, but these are Christmas lights. So yeah, I'm actually glad that you reminded me of the unfortunate seizures. So thank you, and I apologize. Um, she suffers from seizures. Yep. Um, I'll put it this way. Something that they put on all video games, like PlayStation 4 games and whatnot. There's a little statement that they put on the back of these games. It says, If you have a history of epilepsy or seizures, consult a doctor before use. Certain patterns may trigger seizures with no prior history. Before using and for more details, see instructions in this product. They put that label on all games, but anyone with history of epilepsy or seizures, it can trigger. So I get you. I get you. Mm-hmm. Cause like if you think about it, yeah. Cause like if you think about it, even in video games today, the way that they are made with the high definition graphics that they are made with, that can trigger, unfortunately, patterns. Well, not trigger patterns, but a certain form of high definition colors and certain patterns, it can trigger. Did you see the video I sent you in Discord yet, Left Out Loud? I saw a picture. I don't know about a video, but I'm gonna re-double check it though. Thank you for reminding me. You know how I could be at times. Huh? You talking junk about me on Discord? They're always anybody's always talking junk about Topcat. And my sarcasm. So yeah. Um Pretty much. Only thing I gotta do now is set this cord in place and unplug it. Whenever it's obviously not in use. Because I'm obviously not going to um okay now, cord. You meet the slip. Heard you. Yep, let me adjust that for a little bit. Okay. Tapey, where you at? Who's you trying to hug the tape from? No. He's guarding it. Okie dokie, Smokey Joey. Oh dear God. Yeah, let me adjust that camera. Yipes! That wouldn't have been good. Yeah. Awkward. Alright, so, anyways, Miss Mud, you're not helping matters. Don't do that. Don't you do that. Do not do that. You don't want to know. Oh dear God. So, I, I shifted the daggone ladder to where I needed it at and stuff, and I'm climbing up and I'm getting positioned to get ready to fix this plug-in for the LED. I'm sitting where I'm sitting at on the ladder, and I'm looking at the daggone camera and everything, and it daggone takes position at the daggone crotch. I'm like, oh no. For like a split second, I'm like, changing that. Oh my gosh. Hilarious. All I know, I looked back, then I looked away real fast. Oh my gosh. We are A-okay. Oh my gosh. You ain't right. got raiding antique stores on my mind here lately. Been talking a lot about it with boss lady and stuff. Yeah, she suggested an idea. Raiding antique stores. Like, literally raiding antique stores. Means going to antique stores. Raiding is literally the same thing. Not necessarily always shopping, just getting ideas and then eventually going back to get those things. That's where my dog knows how to spell. I told Mud someone needed to go outside, and I spelled outside, and my dog went running into. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Hilarious. Oh man. That was a job. Well, I'm glad it got done. Oh, I will. Don't you worry about that. I will. Miss Mud, even you know this about me. You know me since, gosh. What's it been, Miss Mud? What, since, what? November 2023, has it been? If I'm not mistaken? Something like that? 2, 3 at the most? 2022, 2022, 2023, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Way before I started streaming. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Shoot. I originally started streaming back, really, right after the unfortunate start of a word that none of us human beings like hearing about. Huh? Oh, she said that forbidden word. Yes, talking about the unfortunate breakout. Yep. The breakout that sent everybody into a psychological frenzy. Again, like I say, the breakout that sent everybody into a psychological frenzy. I mean, I was talking to you when Mud was playing SnowRunner. Yeah, I remember. I remember. That was back. Huh? Wait, what? That's their nicknames. You're asking the wrong person. Okay, Miss Mud. Okay. Real question, right quick. Real question. A little bit up close and personal for a few minutes. Real question. So, dearest, you guys know her enough. Mandy83 and more, the fiance. She has a question for y'all. Wondering, why do you call yourself Miss Mud or Mama Mud? And why does Mud call himself Mud? Not to put anybody on the spot, a response. You're the Grinch. If anybody don't know what movie that's off of, do yourself a favor, go brush up on the 2001 version of Jim Carrey's The Grinch. Merry Christmas. Like I say, Merry Christmas. Oh, goodness gracious. I miss mine. Oh, by the way, right quick, since I got it in viewpoint and my camera's in angle of it, I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to news or really anything on YouTube of that matter. Granted, you always want to be careful at what all you watch on YouTube. At the tongue twist. You want to always be careful at what everything that you watch on YouTube, because some of it can be a bit misleading. Oh wait, we got a response. Muddum was playing a game and he was sitting there saying Muddum, Muddum. So one of his friends said, "Your name is Muddum from now on." So he pretty much got the name from a friend. So he came up with Mama Mud for me. So basically, when he got given the nickname from a friend, he pretty much came up with a nickname for his mom. And it's stuck ever since. And that's a fun fact. What I was gonna say there right quick is you always want to be careful at what all you watch on YouTube, no doubt about it, because there could be a lot of misleading things on there. But one thing that is not misleading and that is very, in some ways, unfortunate but very true is a lot of mad respects and a lot of homage and love heavily paid tribute to consistently. Want to give a huge shout out to the entire Quintanilla family. Mr. Abraham, may he will always forever be in peace, and also paying mad respects to our dear Quinitahano. I had the privilege of going that way this past October, down into, South Texas, southeastern Texas, and was able to pay my homage and respects, and that is a never ending paying homage and respects to, because I don't see that ever stopping, because I'm not gonna let it stop. I have a lot of mad respect and love, just for the culture, and the music is beautiful. I love it. For any of y'all that know Beady Beady Bomb Bomb, go check it out on YouTube. But yeah. So, but anyways, Kelbo is shifting off of this ladder. Anyways, thanks for the fun fact story. Because honestly, actually, I didn't even really think that myself. So, thank you for asking. Yeah, she thank yous, by the ways. Oh, okay. Ow. But I'm fine. I'm just bumping my good. What you So yeah, the lights for the most part is pretty much up. Just gonna do a few touch-ups for a permanent state. Uh, yeah, I think he is talking about changing it to something else. Oh boy. Okay. Well, okay. Guess we'll find out what he changes it to then, won't we? Interesting. So, I know you guys hear me um repeat myself. I try not to do it too often, but I just want to make sure that we are up to speed on what's going on this channel. Um, so there are some additional upgrades coming very soon. Actually, I'm not sure if he's going to do it or not yet. Understandable. I mean, changing the nickname, it does take time to think about, okay, what name do I want to go with next? Shoot. Honestly, on a side note from what I was just talking about, um, yeah, 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 my nickname don't change. You guys know me as Topcat, yeah. Y'all know me as Topcat here on Twitch, YouTube, any streaming platform. Um, again, y'all guys know me as Topcat, which my name is technically NC Topcat 33. For any of y'all, and I've been sometimes asked, is like, what's the NC and the 33 about? It's like, well, the NC indicates what state, and then the 33 at one time was just, at one time I used to follow my age. It was the same way with my AOL email account. When I first had an AOL account, and God knows we're talking dinosaurs days ago, because AOL is literally obsolete now. Dinosaur days, yep. Because if you think about it, AOL was literally 25 to 28 years ago. Literally. That was literally right there at the beginning of the millennium. You was Comcast, I was AOL. From be well, yeah, AOL, and of course I used to have Yahoo Messenger through AOL because I used to go through AOL to have all that other stuff. Gosh, man, I can't tell you the last time I was on Yahoo Messenger. Oh my gosh, those you you guys want to talk about a freaking rabbit hole? I guarantee you right now. I'll guarantee you right now. MySpace is not the way that it used to be. It's a whole completely different page. Um, AOL for the most part is literally non-existent, from what I understand. And Yahoo by itself, I don't know. Probably have to Google it up to find out if it still exists. Yahoo Messenger. Again, I can't tell you the last time I was on Yahoo Messenger. That was like over 15 years ago. So, yeah. Uh, uh and hold on for a second. Want to talk about retro? I guarantee you, every weekend, every early weekend on a Friday or a Saturday morning. Well, no, not really Friday because that was that was school. Every Saturday, almost every Saturday morning, at least, you would find me with a big old bowl. I kid you not. I'm telling on myself. You, you, you'd find me sitting in the living room floor, sitting Indian style now, with what we still have today in the family. We still have one out there in the living room. Actually, it was it's a small brown stool that my great grandpa on my mom's side of the family He used to build stools. My brother's got one in the back of his truck. His is green though. You would find me sitting Indian style in the middle of the living room floor, eating a nice bowl of cinnamon toast crunch or Fruit Loops or Reese's Puffs. Let's see what else was it? Captain Crunch or anything of that matter. Nice big bowl of cereal now. And I'm playing Super Nintendo and watching Looney Tunes cartoons. Huh? Well, granted, it didn't always happen every Saturday morning, but when it was on a good Saturday morning, that's my idea of heaven right there. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. When I was seven, when I was between 7 and 9 years old, we would stay up all night long and play hide and go seek, making tents with bed sheets and kitchen chairs. We would take the chairs a few times before when my sister would watch us during the weekends. Whenever, like, family would have to go out and take care of stuff, get watched, friends and whatnot come over and stay night. We'd have a nice movie night, popcorn and everything. We we take the kitchen chairs. I kid you not, kitchen chairs. We would take maybe one or two bed sheets. One was for the foundation, and then one was for basically the tent itself. We'd have that sucker so built in form to where we had it just right, covering the edge of the TV, to where it was literally illuminating the inside of the tent that was created by nothing but kitchen chairs. We take all the chairs away from the kitchen table a lot of times. We'd have it framed just right, and it would surround just the outside perimeter of the TV, and the TV would literally illuminate the inside of the tent. If we wanted to go out, we always had what we called a gatekeeper. They let us out. We go get some drinks and popcorn. I kid you not. We crawl up out, go get the drinks and popcorn, pause the movie, come back in, lay right back down to our daggone spot, hit that play button, and shoot, it was game. A lot of times that's how it used to be. It didn't always happen like that, but that's the picture. What was even better was when we camped out on the trampoline at night during the weekends. We would have a sleepover on the trampoline in the backyard. I kid you not. We would jump in the middle of the night, at night, while some were trying to sleep or whatever, and we would literally run around, play tag, hide and go seek, and everything. I mean, it was a blast. All of us neighborhood kids, we had permission to, well, of course, the family gave permission. Of course, that's when my brother and sister we were all together at the time. And during the weekend, my sister was in charge of watching us. And dude, we played popcorn, monkey in the middle, man, like, oh my gosh, can I go back to those days? Like, like, I got so many memories on trampolines, it's not even funny. Like, oh my gosh. Like, put it this way. Put it this way. When I was like 7 or 8, we had the best times back in them days, back in the old neighborhood. You could not beat those days for nothing. Especially when we went to the old fairgrounds. Oh, that was game. That's because the phone case that my phone is sitting in, it has a very smudged surface. I gotta get a new one. That's why. It's the camera, sweetheart. I, I mean, again. But anyways, like, gosh, man, y'all got me reminiscing on the good days. Like, it's good deja vu because my mentality could live in those days for as long as I can breathe. I got, no, I get you, I get you. But man, those were the days. We only had to be called out maybe once or twice, especially one time before when we got really loud at night. Boy, boss lady stuck her head out the door. It's like, I'm trying to sleep. I gotta get up in the morning. It's like, oops. Be curled up underneath the blanket on the trampoline. Be like, sorry, mom. Well, not. It was some good times though. Gosh, man. Sorry, you guys got Topcat reminiscing a bit. It's not every day Topcat gets this opportunity, so. But then again, too, I got the opportunities all I want, so it is just getting me to talk about them is the thing. So, you guys got me talking like this and stuff. That's a rare treasure. So, do yourselves a favor and treasure this, cause that's a little bit of me opening up from the bottom of my heart right there. Those are some precious moments for me. Like, we had lots of great times back in them days. Lots of great times. Like, I've seen my brothers do some crazy things. Uh, I've witnessed one of my. I'm speaking on this. I witnessed one of my brothers getting his gonads crushed. Poor fella. Oh my gosh. Sorry, bro. I love you. You know who you know who you are. Oh my gosh. I'm dead serious. That's a true story too, because I was actually talking about it with my other brother just the other day ago. He's like, dude, I was there when it happened. I was like, oh snap, that's right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh. Well, hello, Miss Mud. You are being acknowledged. So, um, a quick shift, right quick. Like I want to lay down some uh, things right quick. So, just to update everybody, all y'all that are in here listening or whichever. So I am actually very serious, which poor choice of words on my part. There is some additions happening. I know y'all hear me talk about it a lot. Um, there is. This is probably within the coming weeks, obviously. Sometime after Christmas. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I hate that it has to wait until after Christmas. But we got one last moving punch that is taking place. Uh, we have to get the shop moved out here. That is happening pretty much the first week of the new year. It's being scheduled, which I will be here to help direct that in. And after that is taken care of, that will free up pretty much everything, basically. It will free up a lot of things. It will free up a lot of opportunities. It will free up other areas that need to be tended to. And I'm looking at some major, and I mean some major upgrades. Having a heat wave chocolate. Seriously? You want to throw a grumpy old man in this mix? Really? Grumpy old man, eh? Well, anyways, there's going to be some major upgrades happening pretty soon on the stream. I sent you a clip of me killing my adopted son and myself in Fortnite. I fell out of your messenger. I'm going to check that out, Miss Mud. I'm going to check that out, and then I'm going to recheck out Discord as well. Oh my gosh. Hilarious. But, you guys can obviously pretty much hear my voice what just took place. And I'm looking at the clock, and yeah. So, anyways, there's going to be a few adjustments. There's going to be some additions on the stream happening. I'm looking at doing some upgrades on the PC that I am currently working on. Or should I say currently working off of. And then, amongst that, there is a PS5 happening in the near future. And I am also, this is going to blow y'all's mind, I'm looking at a nice, or at least one of many, Chevrolet Z71s. So I'm actually very excited about that. I'm still doing window shopping on it. Looking at what upgrades and everything of that nature. And like I say, there's a lot of potential things taking place pretty soon. We are going to be officially done with moving and everything. And I'm just really excited about some stuff that's going to be taking place. Of course, it's a process. It's a baby step motion, even for myself at times. But yeah. So, and so right quick, I do want to throw out an encouraging word right quick for everybody. And I hope everybody is tuning into this and stuff. But just want to remind everybody, including myself, because sometimes I need a reminder myself at times. Just want to put out there a positive message of whenever in doubt or anything of that nature, remember Philippians 4:13. Not to mention a plaque that I made years ago when I was a part of our Sunday school vacation Bible school program that we had when I was a part of it back when I was a lot younger and everything. But it's a plaque that I made years ago. It simply has a lighthouse on it that I painted and everything. It was one of the vacation Bible school years that my Uncle Bill, who originally started the church, he pretty much ran that program, and I painted that, and I remember painting it in exactly our very own gym there at the church, and I painted that plaque, and it simply says in brown letters, "Let your light shine." Matthew 5:16. That's in the New Testament, by the way. Simple words. Let your light shine. Simple. Um, we are called to be light in this world, and in a world that not just literally, but even figuratively, can be a very dark place. There's still a lot of good in this world. We just have to illuminate the light and shine bright for God's glory. And granted, we all mess up from time to time. It's up to each other to be like, hey, we gotta keep ourselves straight. You're good, no worries. Pray about it. We work together, and then we move on. I also get some inspirations even from I want to say dear speakers that have already went on to heaven. Um, quite a few respected names that come to mind. Phil Robertson being one of them. Billy Graham, he is definitely up there amongst all the other names. You could more likely consider Phil Robertson as he's sometimes have sometimes been considered or been referred to as John the Baptist. Um, any of us that reads the scripture, that read the Gospels, and even Phil Robertson sometimes has even spoke on it. Like when you read the Gospels and it talks about John the Baptist, it describes how wild out he was and stuff because he lived out in the woods and everything. And he kept talking about a king is coming, the king is coming. Where everybody's like, yeah, you're just on and on and on about your nonsense and everything else and stuff, but nobody really believed him. But then one day, John the Baptist, as the Gospels say, he paved the way for Christ's coming. And that was the birth of Jesus on Christmas Day, back in the first century, which nearly pretty much over 2,000 years ago. And he was called, born, to pave the way for what the world today is in ever much need of desperately, and that is there's only one true key savior, and that's Jesus. He is literally the only way to the Father. And no, I'm not here to preach to anybody and stuff. It's just presents are nice, gifts are nice. At one point, I gotta admit, at one point, it's like, oh man, I'm excited. Christmas is here. Getting presents. The older you get, you tend to learn to have a different appreciated perspective and begin to realize, hey, this is so much bigger than a box of what's inside that box. It's really more about the endearment principle meaning of what's Christmas really about. And it's about the most perfect individual that has ever and will ever walk on God's creation, and that is Jesus Christ himself. Whenever we have those moments of when we run into trouble, when we run into temptation, we think we're running to something that is good for us, and it turns out it may actually not be so good for us. Us, a lot of times in our stubborn ways, we need to turn to Christ. And I say that even for myself as well, because there's times where I sometimes is like, why is this happening? And it's in those moments where it's like, I need to turn to Jesus because he 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 can use the most vulnerable moment, the most the most vulnerable moment when we feel like we're alone. We're not actually alone. It's just he's just simply sitting there. He's like, I'm right here. Come talk to me. And amongst all the loudness, all amongst the chaos, the noise, you have to have an ear to really catch. Wait, that's him right there. Amongst all the noise, you hear that one voice. I sometimes, whenever opening up about something like that, I tend to think of the movie. Uh, Tom Hanks played as the train coordinator, and it's a cartoon film, an animated cartoon film called A Christmas Carol. And Tom Hanks played as the train coordinator, and the message in that movie is you believe, only the ones who believe will hear that ring. We're going to talk about Santa Claus, but only the ones who believe in their hearts, that childlike faith. The kid in all of us has never went away. We're still young at heart, but it's our faith that is fighting against um, the principles of, oh well, you're getting older, so you need to do this, you need to do that. But the thing is it's about us staying true to ourselves, staying true to our faith of how we were first brought up to be. And so the ones who believe will have that ear to hear. It's like the message of the parables of by Jesus Christ. My sheep hear my voice, and they do as I do. The other ones who don't really bother, they go astray. The ones who deliberately want to ignore, they go astray. And that's the ones who deliberately refuse God's calling and the works that He asks us to do. The unfortunates will take place. Unfortunately. But that's not what God wants. That's not what God desires. God desires everyone to be in heaven with Him. When we do something wrong, the unfortunate punishment has to happen because we're not listening. We're thinking, oh, we're going to do it our way and stuff because we don't like how we're being taught. Well, there's a reason why He's teaching us what He's teaching us, because we need to listen. We need to have that humbleism, and we have to stay humble. Because when we don't stay humble, it's like, for example, think of it like this as well. When you bump your head on something, and it's like, ow, that hurt. Well, that bump, or we bumped our head because we got too ahead of ourselves, that in a sense is a sign of like God's like, slow down, walk with me, don't walk behind me, don't walk in front of me, walk with me, walk alongside of me. Because you actually think about it, He's the true co-pilot. And granted, in this life there's temptation everywhere. The broad road leads to destruction, but it's the narrow way. It's 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 funny because every time when I think of the narrow way, I'm thinking of the movie Independence Day, where Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith, they're on the alien spaceship, and they're trying to get through the daggone stuff, and they're trying to get through all of the mess, and they see that and they see that small hole that's closing by the second, and they're fighting to get through it. And they make it just in time. Well, in a sense, think of life just like that. Life can be a broad road of entertainment and temptation, and if not careful, can also lead to destruction. Because the more fun you have carelessly, and you're, oh yeah, I'm having a great time, getting all rambunctious and everything. Well, when you're not careful and when you're not being what you need to be, things can happen. You wake up with a bruise that you have no idea where it came from, or you get told, hey man, that was crazy what you did last night. I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about? It's like, you seriously don't remember? Any of us obviously know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go down that road though. But yeah, it's just the point of the matter is the broad road, broad as in wide open. Get on that road and you see everything that you can do. You get carried away with it. But where do you really find the satisfaction from? You certainly don't really find it on the broad road. The satisfaction comes from the narrow road, because you have one of maybe two choices. And so it's just some enlightenment. Not to mention something else that I find very interesting, I keep coming across it, is the fact that if you're doing something wrong, you shouldn't be doing, the devil's not going to mess with you. It's when you're trying to do something right and you're doing something right that you know is serving the good Lord above, the devil cannot stand that. He deliberately wants us to keep that Bible shut, because he knows, oh, I ain't got to worry about you. You ain't doing nothing that's bothering me. But the moment you open up that Word of God, the moment you open up the Word of God, it's giving him a headache. Because he's not going to want to hear what the Word has to say, because it's everything that he's against. And everybody, and not to be a little careless with my sarcasm or anything and stuff, but some will be like, oh, so you're one of those religious believers. It's like, no, not at all. It has nothing to do with religion. Because it's easy for ones who doesn't quite always understand it. It's like, well, I'm not a religious person. It's like, you don't have to be. That's not what Jesus is. And in fact, truthfully speaking, Jesus did not create religion. And some will be like, oh, yeah, he did. It's like, well, that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. But when you think about it, religion in general, and this can be controversial for the world today. I mean, it's like, well, you call yourself a Christian, your fiance calls herself a Catholic Christian, Catholic. It's like, your point? It's like, so y'all are religious. It's like, no, that's how we were brought up. But it's about a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. He's the answer to everything. Man himself puts a title on everything. Man himself. That's why you got titles on everything. Job titles. Shoot, you think about it. Priest, that's a title. Everything today in the world today has a title of some sort. Hey, what do you call that movie? It's a title. literally a title. So, but anyways, guys, that's enough of my rant for right now. Because of the fact I'm realizing what time it is and it's late. Topcat's got to get some sleep himself. Everybody else is telling me, it's like, all right, time to turn it in. So, I want to thank everyone that has been here amongst the entire time that we've been doing all this. Um, Today is Saturday. Happy weekend to everybody. Hope everybody has a great weekend. At some point today, I will do what I can to try to be back on stream at some point. Any of y'all Carolina fans, keep pounding. We need a big win. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for Topcat. We are raiding out. Gotta find out who we're raiding off to. The dearest sends her God blesses and good nights. She's saying her prayers as well. And again, guys, Miss Mud and everybody else for that matter, thank you guys very much for being with during this time. It has been fun. Cannot wait to do it again soon. And everything else for that matter. So, we are raiding off. Find out who we can raid off to right quick. And then we're going to go from there. And now we're going to do one up war. One up war. Guys, again, appreciate everybody. Hope everybody has a great weekend. I will do my best to be back on at some point in time. Schedule for the most part for stream schedule is pretty much staying the same. There's going to be a little bit of uniqueness on around Christmas, so I'm not going to go into further details about that right now. But again, it will be on a need-to-know basis. Again, I appreciate everybody. Guys, again, thank you guys very much. God bless everybody. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Miss Mud, again, I thank you very much. Big time. And we're going to go blow up one up war. Guys, have a great weekend. Topcat will see y'all next time. In the meantime, happy weekend. Keep pounding. God bless. And y'all know the rest.